The Atalanti UFO case. A fleet of UFOs landed and strange humanoids were encountered in Greece. Atalanti is an area about a 1-hour car ride from the center of Athens. This is the area where these fleets of UFOs landed and strange humanoids were seen. The Atalanti UFO case is considered the most important UFO incident in Greece and one of the mysterious cases to occur in all of Europe. There's a report from the Greek army, which states that on the night of September 2nd, 1990, a fleet comprising between 12 to 17 unidentified flying object was observed in multiple locations in mainland Greece. After flying over the Peloponnese, this fleet turned and headed north around 9:30 p.m. while flying over the town of Atalanti, which is about 150 kilometers northwest of Athens. One of the UFOs began to separate from the fleet formation. Several witnesses mentioned that the ship appeared to have some kind of problem. It was changed in color to red and appeared to have caught fire. Now this area basically is farmland and mountainous, so it's not very populated. Now, at the same time, there were 3 explosions in the sky. Other reports speak of metallic noises. How could the locals have felt such a din? The report continues and documents, according to witnesses, the craft landed on the top of a hill where there was a small church in honor of the prophet Elijah, located a few kilometers from Atalanti. Residents who observed the incident from a distance of approximately 1 kilometer, that's not very far, informed the police immediately about what was happening, but the location was very difficult to access at night. Because there's no roads, basically. Once that ship had seemed to be in trouble landed, the rest of the fleet was motionless in the sky above the hill, likely in an apparent attempt to protect the landed UFO. I mean, if they're basically crash landing and landing with problems, they can't be that advanced. Anyway, the concentration of all this craft on the hill illuminated the area so much that it allowed the witnesses, mostly farmers, to see these objects. They described the UFOs as round and similar in size to a tractor. According to one of the witnesses who were in the area and managed to get much closer to the landing site, he saw some very strange beings, short humanoids that seemed to be working on repairing the craft. The incident lasted from 9:30 p.m. to 3 o'clock in the morning. The humanoids managed to repair the ship and the entire fleet took off at once. The inhabitants wasted no time and visited the location the next morning. They found that the grass on the top of the hill was burned and the ground was so hot that even in the morning strong smoke came off of it. And at the place where the UFO was being repaired, people found objects such as cables, metal parts, and a very incomprehensible artifact that looks like a sea sponge. Shortly afterwards, the Greek ministry, the army, issued the report, which focused on the foundings, as the pieces included a copper plug diameter 11 centimeters engraved with writing in Arabic. This plug was connected to a copper wire, which was insulated with a material similar to silk, as well as a burnt plastic cover, a steel ring, and 3 steel rods, 10 centimeters each, with a switch in the shape of a Greek letter F. The report concluded that the wreckage probably belonged to an old satellite, most likely a Soviet one, but witnesses at the time refused to believe this, as the satellites do not land and take off again into the sky like alien spacecraft. In Greece itself, this incident is often referred to as the Greek Roswell. What do you think about this? Obviously, it can't be a satellite. It must have been something very enigmatic and mysterious. This is by Anne Shrivastava on Infinity Explorers. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.